Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do some gel nails. These are what I did and I really like them. So if you want to know how I did these nails using only gel, then keep on watching. So this is the nails I have on now, like previously basically, and these are just acrylic from Glitterbels. I really like these nails, but I just wanted to change them out. I just wanted to try a different shape. So I'm going to start off by using one of my coarse drill bits. It's not as coarse as I would like it, so let me know down below if there are any like good coarse drill bits that I could use. And I'm just using this on a medium speed, I guess, and I'm just going to file away the color of this nail. And I found that the best way to remove bulk and product of acrylic is to go from cuticle to free edge as opposed from side to side. Here I'm just removing the top coat, which this file does really good at, but for like removing the bulk and the design quickly, I go from cuticle to free edge because I find that it does work faster. And I don't think I mentioned, but the gel that I'm using is the Macart JSDA 700 e-file, which is super good, and I've had it for like over a year now, and it's just really good. I really like it. If you want to know what products I use to do these nails, I will link them down below. They are from Glitterbels and they are acrylics. So once I've removed all of the acrylic and color, I'm just going to use the 180 side of a file, and I'm just going to make the surface even and try remove any of that remaining product. Do this gently. If you find that you have already removed a lot of your acrylic or gel or whatever extension you had, then just buff it with a buffer, but I felt that I left a nice thin layer, so I just wanted to remove that as much as I could. Of course, be very gentle because you do not want to overfile the natural nail, and you definitely don't want to hit the natural nail with the e-file, especially on a coarse drill bit. That can be quite dangerous, especially if you already have sensitive nails and thin nails. I don't realize how slow I actually work until I actually watch myself. I'm just watching this over like I'm really slow, so I'm really sorry if you find this too slow. You can always speed it up on the settings on YouTube. So next, I'm just wiping off that dust. I'm just using some acetone on a cotton pad, making sure to get rid of all the dust. And then I'm just going to start by pushing back my cuticles. This is a cuticle pusher that I just have. It's just like a random one. An orange wood stick would work fine as well if that's what you prefer. And I'm trying to scrape up on the edges as well as I'm making my way up. So that you can see that white bit that's exposing all that dry like new growth of that nail. And now here I'm just showing you, don't go at that really like high angle. Try go at a kind of a flat angle, because then you would minimize kind of hurting yourself if you did accidentally go too far up, because it has happened to me and it is very painful. So just do a thorough job at prepping your nails, because this will ensure that you do have long-lasting nails. So I would say this is probably like the most important step out of everything. Good prep is key to good long-lasting nails. Next is also part of prep. It's just trimming up your cuticles. If you have some people don't get cuticles long enough to trim, which is fine. Here I didn't have too much. I would say I had more dead skin on my nail plate rather than a cuticle. I usually have a lot more than this. This is why I'm saying I don't feel like it's that much, but I'm just trying to trim it. Sorry, I'm not in frame there. And then just removing some of that dry stuff off the edge, and you can see those white lines on my nail plate. that's the dead skin that we're going to file off later. This is right there. And now I'm just going to repeat this to all the nails, making sure that I get only the white bits, because that's pretty much like the dead part of the nail. You don't want to cut anything further up than that, because you will cut yourself and it will bleed, and that's just annoying, especially when you're doing your nails, because then you have to wait for it to stop and then it will just get in the way and it's annoying. So if you don't feel comfortable trimming back your cuticles, you could leave them there if they are not very long, but I just like to trim mine. Or you could use one of those like tools where it's like a little thing that you swipe over your cuticles. I'll try and insert a picture, but I used to use those as a beginner and I used to love those. They're so easy, but it's so easy to overdo it with that as well. So do be careful. And these cuticle nippers, I won't be able to link down below because I got them from like a local beauty store. So I'll just link down below something else that I've used from Amazon that I know is good. I just picked these up because they were a nice rainbow color, pretty much. So now I'm using this cuticle clean drill bit, and you can see it's just beautifully like removing all that white dead tissue off the nail plate, and I love this bit. Yes, I did get it off AliExpress, but there's also an Amazon like dupe for it that I've tried, but I've lost it, unfortunately. So I just use this one because it's like the same basically, and I'll link that one below. And it just does such a good job at removing all that dead skin. Let me know down below if you find this satisfying. I personally do. I love seeing like cuticle cleaning like of nails. Like I really just find that satisfying. So let me know down below if you like that too. And here I am just removing any white bits that I see. Pretty much any white bits indicates either lifting, like cuticles, or any dry skin. You just kind of want to try your best to try and remove that. If it doesn't come off, then don't force it because you will just end up hurting yourself. I'm going at a really low speed, probably like 7 RPMs, and I'm not putting much pressure. Everything is coming off really nice. If your cuticle is really stubborn and it doesn't move or like push back or anything, do just soak them in warm water with a bit of oil, because that would really help. Or if they're not that stubborn and you still find that they don't push back too well, just use some oil, like cuticle oil or any kitchen oil that you have, and that will work perfectly fine as well. And I'm always careful with my pinky because my pinky finger is my most sensitive finger. I'm not sure why, so I'm always careful with that one. I also wanted to mention, if you guys are enjoying this video right now, please hit that like button and let me know down below if you are enjoying this. If you have got anything out of this so far, let me know and I would really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe because I'm really close to 4K and it's really exciting for me. So thank you so much. So back onto the video, I'm using the Jellish Dehydrator and Pro Bond acid-free primer. This is like a go-to for me because it's so beginner friendly. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of beginners use this because it's so easy to get, and it's cheap. It's quite cheap. I got like both of them from eBay for like £12, which is so cheap compared to some other primers out there and dehydrators. So yeah, those are definitely good. I've never had lifting with these two products. And the builder gel I'm using today is from Yayoge. Now, Yayoge is like such a cheap brand and I was really skeptical, but they are really good with their products. So This is the gel brush I'm going to use. It's just a gel brush with really pretty glitter. It's from Glitterbels and I love it. So here you see me going into the builder gel, just coating my brush a bit. It just helps with moving the product if the brush is already coated with some gel. And I'm picking up a nice blob and I will be placing that on the nail, just on the free edge there. I'm just placing the blob in the middle. Now the first method I'm using is going directly from side wall to side wall, like from free edge to free edge basically, if that makes sense. And I'm just dragging that product down as low as I want it to go, and then I'm concentrating on building that structure of the side walls, so that when I do remove the foam, which we will in a minute, I don't have to worry about it falling off and breaking. This gel has really good viscosity. It's really thick. It does not move. Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot and it's really cheap, so definitely try this out. Now that I've cured that, I'm just removing my foam. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you guys the other fingers more in depth. This is kind of what we're going for. And as you can see, I already finished that middle finger, but I accidentally did that first. So you're going to see me finishing that off later and it'll look weird because the other nails won't be done. So I'm sorry about that. But here I'm just applying the gel, and again going from, and I've just pulled that down a bit, and I'm just going from side wall to side wall, making sure I've got that shape, and I'm bringing that down to give me length. And you're going to want to use the angle, not the angle, sorry, the brush at like a, I don't know what you call it, like it's not flat, as you can see it's raised, and I'm using the like the complete edge of it, and that helps me guide that gel. With gel I find that it's easier to guide. The second method I'm using is I drag the gel down as low as I want it to go, so how much length I want, and then I start pulling it from side to side. I feel like this helps me get a better shape. As you can see here, I feel like I did this now much quicker, so try both and see which one suits you. And then I'm blending that up to avoid like a weird ledge there. And then I've done the same thing here, pulled it down, and I'm going from side to side, and it helps with my shape. And of course that helps with filing later because I have to do less filing. So once that's done, I'm going to the last finger, which is the thumb, dragging down, then pulling from side to side, using the edge of the brush, like the actual edge, to help guide the gel. And this doesn't have to be perfect because we will file it, and once we file it, it will be amazing. Like I love filing, it just fixes everything. And you can see there I have like this gap between my nail and the gel, so I'm just doing this motion, quickly going up and down, and that will help fill in that gap. So that's a really good technique to help, you know, fill in like dips and stuff on the nail, especially with gel. Well, only with gel maybe. So this is what I was talking about. Now I'm gonna sorry, this is so weird. Now I'm gonna like fill that middle finger. Like I'm gonna show you how to actually complete this finger as far as from cuticle to free edge, and I filmed this before doing the rest, so I'm sorry it's now weird, but yeah, there was annoying glitter there, so I'm just trying to get that out. But basically what I did is I added a blob and I just roughly placed it on the nail, and as you saw there on the side, the surface wasn't even, so I'm just trying to get that as even as I can. I'm just dragging that product down, getting the side walls really nice, adding more to the that spot because there was some missing. Now I'm gonna add a blob to the center because I want a higher apex, and this is how I build my structure. I just add a blob and I make the tip thicker because that's obviously thin. And now what you're gonna see me do any moment now, there we go, you're gonna see me do this, and this helps with making sure the nail is nice and even and building structure. So I'm gonna drag most of that product towards the center there and leave it, and it will self-level by itself. And then I'm going to try to make the tip thinner, like with less product. And there I'm just fixing anything that spilled on the side. And there you go, that's that nail done. As you can see, the surface is fairly even, nice shape, and then I'll fix that even more with filing. And so now I'm just going to repeat that on the thumb, and I'm just applying most of it towards the cuticle area, and then once I have that nice and close to my cuticles, I begin to drag that down. And now I'm just making sure that I get the sides really well, because if your sides are not thick enough and there's not enough product there, when it grows out it will begin to chip, and when one of the side walls chips it can easily break off like the whole nail, so you want to be careful of that. And now this motion that I'm doing from cuticle to free edge and back and forth, it's just to ensure that first of all the surface is even, and two, that I have enough structure going throughout the nail. And remember to rotate your finger from side to side to make sure that the surface is even and you have enough product, so you can always add and remove anything that you need to. And then I'm just going to do this to the pointer finger as well, just going back and forth, making sure that I have enough product for my apex, checking from the side, and I was quite happy with that. If you do have too much product on your brush, just wipe it off. That would help, you know, reduce bulkiness as well if you did apply too much. And make sure that you're not touching any of the product to the skin. If you do, just clean off your brush and wipe it off, and that should help. And again, just going from the side so I can show you guys how I build up that structure in the middle. I basically mostly place it in the middle and go do this motion from cuticle to free edge and back and forth, and then I check from the side, and then it's basically all okay, and I see that I have a decent amount of structure and apex. I also want to mention that for shorter nails you don't need to worry about the structure and apex too much. As long as you have some thickness there, it will be good, because the nails are not long enough for you to put enough pressure on the free edge and maybe break it or something. So don't worry about having too much apex or structure, it will be fine. Now finally all the nails are done, and I'm just going to wipe everything really well. Make sure to get the underneath of the nail as well and wipe away that sticky layer. Now I'm just going to get on with filing, and here I'm using a 180 grit file. Gel files so easy that I didn't need an e-file for this, and a hand file worked pretty fine. So what I do is, first of all, I shorten the nail down to the length I want, then I focus on the side walls, and then I do the shaping, meaning the complete tip where I wanted it round. Then once I'm happy with that, I just buff over the surface because it's pretty much perfect and it will file super smooth. So once I've gone over the surface, I'm basically done. And I'm not going to include all the nails because it's quite straightforward. You just don't put too much pressure, and you probably don't need an e-file either. So here I'm just showing you the design I'm going to do on one of the nails. I'm applying this nice light pink gel polish to the nails, and I'm going to do 2 coats of this. And with gel polish, apply the coats really thin because they can take away from the shape. And I decided to go for like a really classic French tip smile line, just using some Young Nails Fizz gel paint from the Mission Control gel paint series. And then that's all I'm doing, and I'm just going to use a little cleanup brush to perfect that smile line. Take your time with this and don't rush. The brush I used was the Glitterbels strapping brush, and here I'm using the Glitterbels top coat. Don't forget to cap your free edge when applying your top coat. This is really important because you don't want anything to chip. And make sure to apply your top coat a little thin, not too thick, because again, you don't want to take away from that nice shape that you've built. And that's it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was really fun making this video for you guys. It was a bit more detailed and in depth. Let me know down below if you want more videos like this. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one.
And you did it right from the start.